Hello students, this is Nilanjana Sanyal from onlinemathtutor.me and ePorashana. Today we'll be finding the mirror line or the line of reflection. So let's start. This is the graph paper with the two coordinate axes. Let P with coordinates -8, -6 be a point which after reflection on some mirror line has its image as P dash with coordinates 8, 10. So these are the points. This is the object point P with coordinates as -8, -6, and this is the image point of this object point P. The image point is named as P dash with coordinates as 8, 10. We have been given these 2 points and we have to find the mirror line or the line of reflection. We have to find the equation of the mirror line. It is not that we'll be just showing the line on the graph paper. We have to find the equation of the mirror line as well. Okay. Since object distance equal to image distance, the mirror line will pass through the midpoint of the imaginary line joining the object point to its image point. This is the object point and this is the image point. Now, if we join these 2 points by this imaginary line, the mirror line will be passing through the midpoint of this imaginary line. So let us find the midpoint of this imaginary line. The coordinates of the midpoint Q of the imaginary line will be, now what is the formula for finding the coordinates of the midpoint of any line? If these be x1, y1 and these be x2, y2, the coordinates of Q will be x1 plus x2 by 2, which is -8 plus 8 by 2, and y1 plus y2 by 2, that is -6 plus 10 by 2, -6 plus 10 by 2, and -8 plus 8 will result in a 0, 0 divided by 2 is a 0, and -6 plus 10 is a +4 divided by 2 is a +2. So the coordinates of this midpoint Q will be 0, 2. Now since the abscissa value is 0, obviously the point will lie on the y-axis and the ordinate value is 2, a +2. So this is the midpoint of this imaginary line. The slope of the imaginary line joining the object point P to its image point is given by y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it is 10 minus of -6 divided by 8 minus -8. And minus of -6 will be a +6, minus of -8 will be a +8. So 10 plus 6 is equal to 16 and 8 plus 8 is also equal to 16. That is 16 divided by 16 or that is equal to 1. Therefore, the slope of the line, imaginary line of this imaginary line is equal to 1. Therefore, the slope of the mirror line, which will obviously be perpendicular to this imaginary line, will be -1 because we know that the product of the slopes of 2 perpendicular lines is equal to -1. So, since 1 is having the slope as 1, therefore the mirror line, the perpendicular to this line, to this imaginary line, will be having a slope of -1. So the equation of the mirror line having a slope of -1 and passing through the point Q 0, 2 is, now let us take this to be x1 and this to be y1. So the equation of the mirror line will be y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So y minus y1. What is y1? It is 2. Therefore, we write y minus 2 is equal to m. M is the slope, which is equal to minus 1. So it is m or minus 1 times x minus x1. x1 is equal to 0. So it is x minus 0. On opening the brackets, we have y minus 2 is equal to minus 1 times x gives us a minus x, and minus 1 times minus 0 is a 0. So we have this equation. Now if we add a plus 2 to both sides of the equal to sign, we have minus 2 and plus 2 will get cancelled on the left hand side, and we will be having y equal to minus x plus 2 because we have added a plus 2. So it is y equal to minus x plus 2. Hence, the equation of the mirror line that reflects the point P with coordinates as minus 8, minus 6 to its image P dash with coordinates as 8, 10 is y equal to minus x plus 2. Now we have got the equation of the mirror line. Next, what we have to do? We have to plot it on this graph paper. For that, we usually construct a table. We take arbitrary values for x and we compute the corresponding values of y. But I have not constructed a table. I have done the calculations mentally. I have taken 4 points. So this is the first point. I have taken the x value to be equal to minus 8. So when x equal to minus 8, then minus x will be a plus 8 and 8 plus 2 will be giving us the y value as plus 10. So we are getting this first point as minus 8, 10. Next is this point with the axis of value as minus 5. X is equal to minus 5. So minus x equal to plus 5. To that we are adding a plus 2. Therefore, the ordinate value or the y value becomes a plus 7. Third point is having the x value as 7. So minus x is a minus 7 plus 2 gives us the y value as minus 5. And the fourth point is having the x value as 10. So it becomes minus 10 plus 2, which gives the y value as minus 8. We have got these 4 points. We have plotted these 4 points. The line, the mirror line will be passing through all these 4 points and of course this midpoint. So it will be passing through all these 5 points. So we have the mirror line as this one, with the equation as y equal to minus x plus 2. Okay, so it is passing through all the 5 points. So students, this is how you find the equation of any mirror line or the line of reflection when you are given the coordinates of the object and the image points. This brings us to the end of this session. Thank you for hearing.